Do a new updated version of an overview on the Turbo GrandAm. So it's a 2001, and it's actually the second rendition of it. I did have a 2000 GT coupe, and it rusted out, so we drove down to Georgia and bought this body. So now we have an 01 GT. It's actually quite surprising because it has, well, now it has 246,000 miles on it. We bought it, it was actually running and driving, all original drivetrain. So sadly we ripped all that out, put all my stuff in, and we are on year 3 going on year 4 of this build. And honestly, it's been interesting. You know, it has its problems, a lot of custom stuff, so with that you're going to have a lot of custom problems. But the drivetrain, at least the motor itself has been really strong, and we're almost there to where I can just drive it and enjoy it. So I have a spot in mind. I'm gonna go ahead and get over there, and we will go over this car. All right, well, this isn't a bad spot. Some of you might know where that's at. Let's start with the outside. All right, so like I said, this is a 2001 body. I guess to start, it has the SCT kit. So got our front lip, side skirts, and then the rear lip, which just kind of goes on the back bumper. Spoiler, this is an RK Sport, and it actually bolts onto the factory spot, so that's pretty cool. Kind of like a drag style wing. Hood is an SD, so the front two are open, and one rear one is open. Because it has ducting, it's actually supposed to go to the air box. You know, in theory, that's how it was supposed to work. So I guess in my case, it's just kind of cooling factor. Headlights are just black housing with clear corners. Pretty much, well, it is all LED. We'll take a look at a night shot. These are the newer version, that's why they don't fit very good. The taillights are the LED DT Moto, and they're smoked, everything, but I did amber halogens just for a little bit of a contrast. I did the LED third brake light from an Impala. Wheels are Eagle alloy, 077s. I run a 17x8, and then it's a 245/45 17 tire. Mismatch right now. I haven't really decided what I want to go for. And really, as far as future plans for the outside, just needs a solid paint job. Being from Georgia, it pretty much burnt most of the paint off the top. So that mixed with a little bit of body work, and this thing will look pretty good, hopefully. And then my tint needs redone horribly. Again, that Georgia sun is brutal. So I'll get the old stuff off, get some fresh stuff put on, and that's pretty much for it for the visuals outside. As far as brakes and suspension, so the front is an F-body brake setup, and I did powder coat the calipers, holding up pretty good also. Front and rear speed built sway bars, probably can't see them, but with the sway bars, they do have poly bushings. The rear stock end links, the front end links are a Moog poly upgrade. And the car is lowered on iBox springs with KYB GR2 struts. So ride quality is fantastic. Sway bars really made a difference as far as cornering. And as far as anything futures with suspension and brakes, really none. It rides, stops just how I want it to, and I plan just to keep it the way it is. So let's move on. All right, so now we'll talk about interior. Really nothing crazy in here. I mean, I don't think it's really crazy. So gauges, I did Black Cat custom overlays. So I did silver face, red LED backlit just because I like the red. Boop. You see there. Much better glow than what like factory gauges have. And the reason behind the silver is because I wanted to match my autometer gauges that I have. And with that, I got the same color scheme for the HVAC controls here. This is all from Black Cat Customs, even the lighting kit. The automotive gauges, I got boost vac, battery, oil temp and oil pressure, and then wideband. Always been a fan of autometer, so just kind of kept with that theme. I was able to grab the SCT seats from the junkyard actually. Same badge, it's on the back of the car. Not in bad shape. I don't know if we could tell here, but I did change it out for black carpet. I might just run a single din Alpine. You know, don't really listen to the radio too much. I'll kind of listen to the car more, but all these parts come from the old two-door body. You could look back a few videos, well, probably about 2 years ago. We got this body, swapped everything over, and here we are. I've had this thing for probably 10 years, but I fixed one button, as you can see. An original Street Glow switch box, so it's still kicking. Right now I just have the 3, so underneath, under the feet, and the headlights, which we'll talk about later. G6 shifter, and then I modified a SLP knob from an F-body to fit. The only thing else with the interior is audio, which you won't be able to see, is I end up fitting GL audio everywhere. The front doors are 4-inch 6x9s in the back, and I'll show you when we go to the trunk here the 300/4 amp that I run them off of. All right, so here for some fun. And apparently still dirty. So batteries relocated back here. Ran a breaker for the power going to the front. A system. So JL 12W3, I believe. JL box, and then JL 250/1. A V1 original with that. And then, like I said, for the highs, a 300/4. That's also a V1, you know, the original line. So that goes back many years, and I felt like I just should keep it there. And yes, not just for show. The line is run under the hood, and I'll show you when we get there. So as far as interior and trunk, future things, I've been flirting with the idea of changing the seats out. Not 100% sold. I do want to switch these over to actual like gauge pods. We have one, so just got to make a couple others. Pretty close to where I want this car to be. So let's go under the hood. So under the hood, as the sun comes out, it is a 3.5 swap. Stock bottom end, but the crank ring from a 3.4 is bolted on. So I don't have the external crank trigger that most have to use. Porta manifolds, TC plumb spacer, comp springs, manley keepers and retainers, custom length push rods, turbo cam with small block Chevy bearings, just because they're a little wider, double roller timing chain, fueling, 60-pound injectors, and then 255 walling the tank. Everything else is stock. ZZP 10mm wires, Autolite plugs. I do have front and rear strap tower bars. The rear is kind of actually really hidden, surprisingly. CC throttle body, 65mm, 2.5-inch piping for the intercooler, and then just a eBay front mount. The manifolds, these are Millsy manifolds, so it's a Garrett Precision kind of hybrid looking thing. 70 and 63 tile wastegate. There's a Turbonex blow-off valve down in that little crevice. 2.5-inch all the way back to an SLP muffler. So it sounds really good. I was surprised. I was kind of worried I was gonna have to add something to quiet it down, but it's really not even that loud. As far as cooling, if we can get a good shot here. So it's an all aluminum 2-core radiator that I found. And then I run a 180-degree thermostat. So this thing pretty much maintains itself very well. as well as I tuned the fans to come on a little lower, which I do my tuning mostly on HP tuners, but I've also used DHP. And then as far as transmission, so it's an F46 speed. This is actually my second one. The first one was a G6 one. This one's technically a Saab one. Basically the same thing. This one just has a little bit of different gear ratios. I threw a brand new dual mash flywheel in there. It has a spec stage 2 clutch. All the hydraulic stuff is actually factory GrandAm. So the pedal, the mash cylinder, the reservoir, the slave, the line, all stock for a GrandAm. I guess future plans under the hood. I do have ARP hardware on the shelf. Main studs, rod bolts, and head studs. Eventually, I'm going to be pulling the motor back out. I'm going to go ahead and freshen it up, re-gasket everything. I'll do all that hardware. And then I suspect it may need some rings, which if I pull it apart, I might as well just do the rings and just do one final build on it. That way I don't ever have to take it back out. I'll check the bearings, make sure everything's good there. That way I hopefully never have to pull it out. It can just be, you know, run and maintain from this point. Okay, so last part, lights. I guess in a dark setting, I haven't been able to get, you know, a place outside. So we're just gonna do it in the garage. The lights on, because you can still kind of see everything. So I guess really we'll start with, I guess, all the lights. We'll throw the signals on too, so you can see contrast I'm talking about here with the red and the orange. And then I have LED in here. All LED, 8K, and then you can see this is flashing orange now. Those are actually switchbacks. So now you can see that it's white with the running light. So under there is a LED glow, just a 7 color. Wanted something simple for the inside, since outside changes colors too. And Street Glow never offered an interior kit. Something cool I did if I'm at like a night meet or something. So it is trunk controlled, so when you close the trunk it'll shut off. But what I also did was add a little touch of pizzazz there, go with the whole purple thing I got going on. And underneath, it's a Street Glow light strike kit. I bought this kit back in like 2011. Street Glow is always quality, and it really shows. Different things it does. So it does the fade, but this is probably the favorite part. It does this rainbow effect. Pretty nifty, makes the car faster. You know the deal. I'm just doing this real quick. There's actually a whole video on both mine and my brother's lights period. But then I have the headlights too. Do all kinds of patterns and flashing and different colors, but it's a part of the headlight. That's pretty much it for lights. Nothing crazy. Pretty much the same stuff I've carried through all my cars. And finally, before we wrap this up, while I'm in here and I went through my notes, and of course I missed something. So one thing that you can see, and I looked right at it without saying anything, is a wot-tech solid mount. And then, yeah, you're not gonna see them, but down in there are 3 custom mounts from Millsy for the F40 transmission, and they're filled with Delrin. So this thing is really locked into place. There's absolutely no movement at all. I guess what we're looking right here, this is part of the boost controller, so it's a Howman. Alright, got my trusty light here so you guys can see, but that's basically all it is. It's just like a coil that runs all the way out into that little piece under the hood, and you twist for more. But I think that's finally it. So that's this car, updated version. Don't think much is going to change from here on out, so you probably won't ever see another one of these. But I guess anything's possible. Any questions, anything like that, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram. If you're on the Facebook pages, ask me there. I'm always open to questions, chit chat, whatever. See what this thing can do, I guess. I'm not going to really push it, but we'll see how far I'll go without blowing it up. I know you get asked, but I have no idea on numbers. You know, there's speculation all over the place, but hopefully that'll change. You guys will be the first to know on this channel. When that does, that'll get a whole video by itself. As far as track times, same thing, you know, still testing, still tuning. I did join the 100-mile-an-hour club, so that was pretty cool. Never ran a quarter like that, so fastest trapped is 101 so far. Having trouble breaking out the 14s currently. So, as always, thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next one.